This is Suraj. Welcome to the second video of the complete course on Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. So in this module, we will learn about various doctors. So let's start. The first word is an internist. So who is an internist? So anyone who deals with the internal medications. For example, if a person A goes to an internist, uh, the internist will very carefully listen to the patient, but he will not prescribe any medicine then and there. He will ask for a thorough diagnosis. Then the patient will undergo various tests, and then based on the tests, he will suggest medicines or further prescriptions. So I hope there the basic idea of internist is there in your mind now. Then we have gynecologist. So the root word is woman, and logi is study, and logist is the specialist. Okay, so the specialist of women. So the root doesn't make it very clear, but the actual meaning of gynecologist is the specialist of women. The reproductive organs of women are the basic thing which is taken care by gynecologist. Obstetrician. Then obstetrician, who is he or who is she? Then obstetrics is the root here. Maybe around 150 years back, there was a specialist post of midwives. So who were midwives then? Midwives were those people who was there with the mother, like the pregnant lady who was in labor. Uh, Midwife was there with her, aiding her in different things, and also aiding in delivery. And even after delivery, she was there. So basically, that special post was obstetrician. Okay, so it didn't get much of recognition earlier, but now it is a professional, like a professional doctor. It is considered, or an obstetrician is considered as a professional doctor. A pediatrician. Okay, pediatrician. Then it comes from pedos. The root here is pedos, which means child or children. And Etria is the specialist, like the expert. So the expert in the children's diseases or children's problem is pediatrician. Then we have dermatologist. Okay, so dermatologist is derma is for skin, and again logist is the specialist. So the specialist for skin diseases is dermatologist. Then we have ophthalmologist. Okay, so ophthalmo is the Greek root for eye. So and logist again specialist. So the specialist which is concerned with eye is ophthalmologist. Orthopedist. Then in orthopedist, ortho. So the basic meaning of orthopedist was like pedis again child, and ortho means correct, to correct or to straighten. So about in 1970s or maybe somewhere down there, uh, the basic issue with children were that like their spinal curvature was bending, or like it wasn't straight. So there the doctors, like then a special category of doctors were formed, like which were orthopedists. Like they were the main responsible people to correct that thing, correct the structure, the spinal curvature of children, the structure of the spinal curvature. So but gradually this term broadened, and now orthopedist means like any a doctor who takes care of the any deformity, disease, or injury related to bones. So any issue with bones, you will go to orthodontist. Okay, then we have cardiologist. So cardio, again, cardia is the root here. Cardia means heart. It is again Greek root. So the specialist for the doctor who will take care of your heart is cardiologist. Then we have neurologist. Okay, so neuro comes from the root neuron. It means nerves. Okay, so neurologist will like any issue with your nerves or nervous system, neurologist will take care of that. Then we have psychiatrist. The 10th word is psychiatrist. So psychiatrist, psych means mind or soul. Okay, psych is for mind and soul. And again, Itria comes is like it is that he's an expert. So psychiatrist is an expert of mind, like of like any issue with your mind or like any issue of overthinking or any related issue. You can go to psychiatrist. Okay, so let's just quickly revise. For example, I have an issue. I have a stomach ache. Okay, I don't know like what is the reason for that. I'm having good food. I like I don't think I have anything which can cause that issue. I will go to an internist. He will he will prescribe some tests for me, and based on those tests, my further medication will begin. Then gynecologist, so a woman having problem in reproduction or any such issues related to her reproductive organs, she can go to gynecologist. Obstetrician, so during the time of delivery, when a pregnant lady is in the labor room, there is a special person to aid her, and that special person is obstetrician. Then we have pediatrician. Pediatrician is what? The one, a doctor to whom you will go if you have any injury, deformity, or any issue, disease related to bones. Okay, related to bones is orthopedist. Dermatologist, any issue with the skin, whatsoever, you can go to dermatologist. Ophthalmologist, then any issue with eyes, we can go to ophthalmologist. Then we have cardiologist. So cardiologist is any issue with heart, we can go to cardiologist. Neurologist, again any issue with nerves or nervous system, we can go to neurologist. And for psychiatrist, any issue with the mind or psych, like psych is the root for mind, so any issue with the mind, we can go to the psychiatrist. Now let's delve deeper, okay, in the next chapter of the session of this module. So internist. So the meaning of internist is like you can relate this internus. Internus is a Latin root which means internal. So he will prescribe you internal medicines. Okay, so he will not operate through operations, no surgeries. He will operate through medicines, internal medicines. He will give you some medicines after a thorough diagnosis only. Okay, after a thorough diagnosis, he will give you certain medicines. He will never prefer surgery. Okay, so then the second was obstetrician and gynecology. So gynecologist is very clear to every one of us. Gyne is for women, and then again logist, the specialist. So any issue with the reproductive organs of a woman, they can go to gynecologist. Obstetrician. Obstetrician, again midwives, the ones who stay with the pregnant ladies during the labor are obstetrician. The root is obstetrics, okay, which is very clear. And then Ishan is obviously the specialist, the expert. Magician, he's an expert in doing magic, so you can just relate like that. Ishan is for expert. Then we have pediatrician, again pados for children, and then the specialist, the expert in the diseases which children have, so that is pediatrician. And then so we have many other words now for this root pedos. Okay, so we have one word, pedagogy. Okay, pedagogy. So pedagogy is pados plus agogus, which is leading. Okay, so pedagogy is like how an infant learns gradually, like from like when he starts to learn, he learns from parents and the immediate people who are there with him. So basically his learning starts from there, and then he goes into preschools, then schools, and then college. So basically this entire duration, it is like he's learning, right? So basically we can consider, like, if someone is saying what is his pedagogy, so we can explain the entire thing, like from the start, how he has learned, the qualities which he has possessed. It is the entire thing. Okay, the development of growth, actually the development of growth of an infant into an adult is pedagogy. And then we have a word which has been used very badly, very derogatory word, actually, a pedagogue. Okay, a pedagogue. So by root it means children, and then leading. Okay, agogus, again leading. So agog is someone who is the leader. Okay, so a leader for the children, basically it should mean a teacher, right? It should mean a teacher by root, but it means in actual English, uh, a dogmatic teacher. A teacher who is very strict and who believes that whatever he teaches or the principles which he poses are only right. He is very rigid. He is not willing to adjust with the times, with the age he is living. He is too rigid with the principles which he has learned in his time. Okay, then we have another word, demagogue. Again, this word should mean by root as like dem is for masses, people, dem is for people, and then agog is again leader. So leader, like people's leader. Okay, it should demagogue should mean people's leader, but in actual English it means a leader who is misleading people. Okay, very interesting again. So a demagogue is again a derogatory word. It has been used very derogatory. It has been used very badly in English, actually. So this was the things from agog, and then we have dharma. Okay, dharma, the root dharma. So dharma means skin. So the first term for dharma is hypodermic. Okay, hypodermic. Hypo means under. Okay, under. Like even in blood pressure, we have hypo. Like someone is having what to say, hypertension, and like for example, person A is having hypertension, person B is having hypotension. So the person having hypertension will have higher BP, above the normal, and the person having hypotension will have under the normal. The blood pressure will be under the normal range. Okay, so basically hypo means under or beneath. Okay, so hypodermic is the layer beneath the skin. Okay, if someone is injecting a needle in our skin, then he wants to reach that layer, right? Therefore he's penetrating into the skin, right? So hypodermic, we have understood. Epidermis. Okay, epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin. Okay, epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin. Then we have taxidermist. Okay, taxidermist. So the one who mounts the skin. Okay, he will mount the skin. He is a taxidermist. Then we have pachyderm. Okay, pachyderm is it is written like PACHYDERM, but pronounced as pachyderm. Okay, pachyderm. So pachyderm is an animal who is having very thick skin, like very thick than usual animals. Okay, for example, hippopotamus, rhinoceros. Okay, then we are having dermatitis. Okay, dermatitis. So titis means inflammation. Okay, so an inflammation in your skin, anywhere in your skin, like any like on any part of the skin in your body, is dermatitis. Okay, So now let's go into optha. Optha was for eye. So ophthalmologist is like he's a doctor for eye, and so we have similar root. Like optha comes from a Greek root ophthalmos. Okay, ophthalmos. Similarly, we have a root in Latin as well, ocular. Okay, ocular. So from ocular, we have actually oculus is the root word, oculus. From oculus, we arrive at ocular, which refers to eye. So anywhere there, this word will be used, ocular. So it will mean like it will mean eye like. Okay, eye like relating to eye. This is an adjective actually. Then we have monocle. Monocle, mono single, and CLE monocle. So for single eye. So it can be a lens used for single eye. There was a character in Harry Potter actually, Mad Eye, right? I hope you remember. So you can imagine something like that, like just a lens only on one eye. Then binoculars. So binoculars is something which increases the range of both eyes. Okay, it is binoculars again. By two, and oculars is again eyes. Then we have inoculate again. So this is very fishy actually. Inoculate. So inoculate means making an eye. Okay, so basically here a hole is being made. For example, you can imagine a potato and you're making a hole. Okay, you're making a bud. So basically it is a puncture. It is a process of making a hole into an object. Okay, so this is the literal meaning of actual literal meaning of inoculate. Okay, then we have another root for eye, that is optosis. Okay, optosis or opsis. Okay, opsis. So opsis again, we have studied optics. So we know optics is related to eye and eyesight, these all things, light and vision actually. So the actual meaning, the opsis means vision. Okay, so opsis is again a Greek word. Opsis is a Greek word which means vision. Okay, so the first word is optometrist. Okay, optometrist. So who is an optometrist? So metrist again, metrist is for measurement. So the one who will measure the vision is an optometrist. Okay, the one who will measure the vision is optometrist. So let's just see. For example, I have an issue with my eye. Okay, I will go first to ophthalmologist. Okay, or an oculist. Both mean the same. The specialist, the doctor who is an expert of eye. Then he will say like go and measure your eyesight. So then I will go to optometrist. Okay, and he will then optometrist will write what the configuration whatever my eye like currently has. Then he will send me to optician. An optician will finally make specs for me, and then I can use it and my problem gets solved. Okay, so optometrist is the one who will measure the vision, and optician is the one who will make a lens or address the prescriptions according to the specifications given by the optometrist and the ophthalmologist. Okay. So these are the words in this session. So let's move to the next session, which is the last session of this module also. Okay, so now we are orthopedist. Okay, so orthopedist again, the backstory was like ortho means to correct or to straighten, and then pedist is pedist is for children. So the spinal curvature which was not straight, like it was an issue with children at that time around 1741. Okay, 1741 is the exact year. So at that time there was a book written by someone, and he actually he mentions this word. This term or orthopedics was introduced in that book. But later on, gradually, the entire thing, like any issue with bones, either be a deformity, either it be a injury, a temporary injury, or any disease, bone related. It will be handled by orthodontist, orthopedist, sorry, orthopedist. Okay. Then we have orthodontist. So what will orthodontist do? Or ortho is for to straight, and dentist, you know, so teeth. So he will straighten your teeth. Okay, orthodontist will straighten or correct your teeth. He will be concerned about the shape of it, of the growth of your teeth. Okay. Then we have cardiologist. Again, cardia in cardio is like means heart in Greek. So cardiologist is a specialist for heart related diseases and issues. And then we have a term cardiogram. Okay, so cardiogram is cardio, heart, and then gram is a record, like the electrically, those ECG graphs which you can see also, like a kind of a graph where there will be the record of your heartbeats. So that is cardiogram. Cardiogram is that record, that paper actually, and cardiograph is that instrument which produces those kind of graphs. Those kind of graphs, records. Okay. Then neurologist. Neurologist comes from neuron. Again, neuron, nerves. So any issue with any of your nervous system parts, you will go to neurologist. Then we have a word neuritis. Neuritis. Again, this. So you can relate. So inflammation in your nerves is neuritis. Okay, neuritis. Then we have a word neurosis. Neurosis. Okay, what is this then? So neurosis is it should be like it. It should be, according to the root, an abnormal nervous condition, right? Like there is some issue because osis is for disease. Okay, a disease related to nerves, but the actual meaning is, according to Eric Berne, a psychiatrist, the actual meaning of this word was like, which has been like in use for some time now. Neurosis, overthinking. Like if someone is overthinking, for example, he's having a small ache in the stomach, and he will think a lot and imagine stuffs like he's having some kind of stones in his pancreas, or like basically by overthinking you can increment the problem capacity. So you can just imagine that kind of so basically it is not a nervous issue, it is more of a psych issue. Like it is more of a issue which is related to your mind. So neurosis is, the actual meaning is a bit different. Again, neurotic is the person who is indulged into neurosis. Basically, he's overthinking and he's worrying too much about his health, and he's doing crazy stuffs like counting his money every time, plotting revenge for useless things. That kind of a person, you can just imagine, like, is a neurotic person. Okay. So neurosis is not a mental unbalance. It is a, what to say, it is a disorder. Okay, it is a disorder, it is a disease. But psychosis is at a different level. Like a psychotic person will be at a different level. He is a full-blown mental, like it is a full-blown mental disorder condition. A psychosis. Psychosis is a full-blown mental disorder, while neurosis is not so abnormal. It is like there are people who are like, who you won't find very abnormal, but they might be neurotic. Okay. So a true, and then we have another word, psychotic. Okay. So psychotic is a word like he has lost contact from reality. He is too much into his imaginations. Okay. He lives a world where only he lives, right? No one else has a position in that world. Like no one can sustain in that world. So that kind of a person is a true psychotic person. Then we have a word psychiatrist. Then again, psychiatria, psych plus atria, or expert. So psychiatrist. Then we have another word, pediatrics. Pediatrics is again the specialist for children. Okay, but those things we will learn in next chapter. So let's just keep it till here, and let's just revise once. Okay. Okay. So internist was the one who studies who cures the patient with internal medicines, and he will ask for a thorough diagnosis, and he will never entertain surgeries. Okay. Doctors for women are gynecologists, and midwives, basically obstetricians, are the ones who are there with the pregnant lady at the time of delivery. Then pediatrician, children. So the doctor for the children's are pediatricians, and then we have pedagogy. So pedagogy is the leading of the growth of children. So it means the development of an infant to an adult. That is pedagogy. Pedagogue is a dogmatic teacher who is very rigid with his principles and values. And demagogue is someone who misleads people. Okay. And then we have derma, like the words coming from derma. So hypodermic is beneath beneath the layer beneath your skin is hypodermic. Taxidermy, epidermis is the outermost layer. Taxidermist is the business of mounting the skins. Like taxidermy is mounting of skin, and taxidermist is the person who does the business of this, mounting the skins. And pachyderm is like the animals who have thicker skin than usual animals. They are pachyderms. Ophthalmologist, the doctor for eye. Then optometrist, measure the vision. He will measure the vision. An optician will give you the lenses finally. And then we have ocular, which means anything related to eye. Monocle, you can remember just Harry Potter, that mad eye of Harry Potter. So basically a lens only for one eye. And binoculars, it increases the range for both the eyes. Then we have inoculate, which means making an eye. Okay, so making an eye. So it means making a hole. You can just imagine of a potato, and you're making a hole in that. You're taking the eye out of the potato. Okay, so that is the thing. And then we have orthopedist. So orthopedist, like he will take care of any deformity, disease, injury to your bones. Then we have orthodontist or orthodontist. So orthodontist will take care of, he will straighten your teeth. And then cardiologist, doctors for heart. Then we have cardiogram. So the pulses, the heartbeat pulses, heartbeats actually, not the pulses. The heartbeats produced in a paper or a record made of the heartbeats through electrically produced, like electrically produced record of the heartbeat is cardiogram. Cardiograph is the instrument which makes this graph or this record. And then neurologist, if you have any issue related to your nervous system, you can go to neurologist. Okay, we missed one word. Okay, neuralgia. So neuralgia comes from algos plus pain. Okay, so neuralgia comes from algos plus pain. So neuralgia. So acute pain along the nerves is neuralgia. Then neuritis is inflammation of the nerves. Neurosis is again, that abnormal condition, that it is more related to the mind than to the nerves. And then we have neurotic. Neurotic is the person who has this issue of neurosis. And then we have a word psychosis or psychotic person. Psychotic person is like he's having that full blown mental disorder. Okay, he lives in his own in own world. He has no contact with reality. Then we have a word psychiatrist. Again, a doctor, a specialist for your mind. And then we have pediatrics. So pediatrics, we will learn in the next chapter. Okay, so let's see. So this was the module. Like the module is completed. So now I think it will help you even when you go to a hospital, and you can you will you know the meaning of all the departments out there in the hospital, right? Like there are departments, ortho, cardio, those kind of things. Okay, so let's meet in the next class. Until then, bye. Take care. Thanks.